What's up, guys? It's the Devil's Town here, and in today's video we're going to be taking a look at Xtra Reet and his dominant performance that allowed him to place top 5, finishing 3rd overall in NA West and netting $15,000 in the solo FNCS Invitational Finals. Now, I have a feeling that a lot of the stuff that he is doing now is going to translate to next season for solo FNCS. And yes, aim assist may be nerfed, but trust me, the 2 games we're going to watch, he has more placement points than he does kills. Again, proving that sometimes controller players do have other skills besides killing people. Before I get into the video, guys, if you do enjoy my content or find this video helpful, please drop a like on this video and hit that subscribe button. Alright, guys, we're taking a look at, again, as I've already stated, looking at Xtra Reet. He lands at Lazy Lake. One of the most dominant controller players on NA West. It'll be interesting to see what happens with the aim assist nerf currently going on, actually, as I make this video. But I have a feeling that we're still going to see Reet. I see a lot of great stuff out of him. He's hired coaches. He plays for a very, very good organization in Xtra Gaming. So I believe that we're going to be seeing Reet's name in competitive in the future, even after the aim assist nerf. Kind of scuffing his builds a little bit. Makes a quit edit play. It says shit on it. He just out-controllers another controller player. Not much to say right there. Just hitting all his shots up close. Kind of did scuff his builds a little bit. That gets an easy kill to start off. So let's see how he positions, what he does. These games are super stacked, as you can see. 92 players already. He may have an established loot route already. Let's kind of move on here. It's just him looting up. You can check out his loot path, but he's already in zone. Switches to brick right there. Decides to smash on wood wall. The guy boxing up in wood. Very interesting. Ooh, really good edit. Read by Reet right there. Again, always usually first pickaxe is wall bait. Wow, great piece control. Unfortunately, he didn't get that wall. But see, interesting what he does. He probably is going to go for a chop. Either that or a disengage. Again, controller. So I hear over and over that controller players have no brain, but here, let's look. A disengage. A disengage where he even did more damage than he did to his opponent. Exactly. Just decides to go to zone, disengages, doesn't need to take this mid-game fight, has too much loot to lose. Too much loot to lose. He's got a great position. He's going to be way ahead of the zone. So there's no reason to take that fight. And it's a good disengage, and again, showing that, you know, not every controller player just box dives. Even if you can even argue, you know, where's the situation good because he already cracked him and he applied enough pressure, not allowing him to heal. But again, Reet prioritizing positioning here, which I love. I miss that. I kind of miss that, honestly, where positioning really got rewarded more as opposed to being able to get kills. It's a battle royale game, and so just to me personally, I find it a much more rewarding placing higher than getting a ton of kills because it's not team deathmatch. I'm not trying to get as many kills as I can. I'm trying to win the game. Interesting. Just kind of builds a little bit of wood. Shows some editing skill. Also happen to really like Reet because we just happen to have the same binds. Ooh, get some storm stir tags on him. He's probably going to have to eat it big. But I like him preemptively building right here. I believe he may just decide to box up here. But let's see if he decides to box up, we might be able to comment on some of that stuff. He doesn't, and he decides to move, rotate again. He's so far ahead, and he's good on surge because of that early kill. And wasting his wood on rotates just to be, you know, always good to preemptively build and piss away this wood. You don't want to get absolutely lasered and griefed by the whole server. There's going to be a ton of people. Reet may just kind of alpha. It's exactly what he does. Again, really smart here by Reet. Just, again, going in the house, and now he's going to be able to reform. Really like this wall. It's really good angle. Gets his kid off the, essentially away from where he wants to be. I'm sure Reet just kind of wants to farm out this house. Another good technique you're seeing here, using the ramps to peak or cones. Either or. He's making it out of brick, doesn't want to make it out of wood. Good, because wood's just easy to spray out and it just goes away. So let's see if he positions up here. Again, let's talk about now he's got middle of this zone, and more than likely he's going to get another favorable zone. So again, really good positioning by Reet. Not W keying, prioritizing position. Something which you're going to have to do in these super stacked games, you know? You're going to have to prioritize position. You're going to have to save for your kills for endgame. Sees the guy in wood. Sprays him out. Look how he's being safe with his ankles. Saves some ammo there, shooting with a shotgun. Huh. The parent... He says, Rave, he says, why did you kill me? He says, don't land lazy. He kill you every game. I love the confidence. Again, not much to say here. He's just sitting in a box. And again, his positioning allows him to get this super favorable zone. Prioritizing positioning. Again, controller player. I know it's crazy. He's not running around jumping in people's boxes. But he's prioritizing positioning. And you're going to see... I told you that, you guys, that he actually gets more placement points in 2 matches than he does the kills. Doesn't get a super high amount of kills, I believe, but just showing you that positioning is really key in solo FNCS as well, and hopefully it'll be rewarded more in the meta next season. Love this. Again, that cone actually is placed to protect, but he's using it to peek. Now, personally, I would have waited till it was completely built, because when it's still a little bit see-through. So he gets a kind of unfavorable zone. So Storm Surge is active because it's not 50 players. So the lobby is going to be a little bit more crazy. Now the question is, what should he do here? He doesn't have a launch pad. He has kind of a long rotate. He's got a peeking which way. You see how he's trying to get information on where to go. He's looking back behind as well, maybe looking for some picks. He might be hoping to recycle a pad if he can. But Storm Surge is still going to be active now. Storm Surge is not engaged anymore. I think he is specifically looking back here for a launch pad. It's exactly... It's exactly what he was doing. He got cracked, though. But again, luckily, fortunately, not getting killed. Feels like he had to do that there in that super stack lobby. Couldn't rotate. But gets a good job. Gets on a good layer. Good time to heal. No pressure. Decides to drop down. He switches to wood because he's rotating, right? So no need to waste hards on these rotations when we're just trying to get position. A little bit of a misplay right there. Personally, I would like to see him not go up. He's already burned a ton of materials. Floppers, again, so huge. So again, a little bit misplay on the rotation. I personally like trying to glide in at all costs. But again, he wanted to get a higher position. Now he's on ultimate low. He's burned through a ton of mats. Burned through all of his utility. But again, this right here is an example of the RNG gods being in your favor. He's real fortunate not to die off that launch pad. He was real fortunate that he didn't get laser from the top and killed with the RPG. holding his wall. So again, what he does here is super, super duper duper smart. Now look at his materials. Usually you want to play ahead, right? He doesn't have the materials to play ahead. There's no way he's making the longest rotation with the amount of materials that he has. So what does he do? He kind of recycles an old tarp. He goes to dead side of zone, where there's not going to be a lot of players. Beautiful job right here. We're going to definitely rewatch this. This is so good what he does, this little sequence right here. So he kind of uses his materials to give him a ton of space and make sure that if anyone comes through, they're going to have no chance. Look at all these edited walls. Anyone comes through here, they're more than likely not going to make it out if Reet is prepared. Again, finds a way out, not using a ton of mats, just kind of blocking when he has to. Look, he finds his old tarp. He goes to dead side of zone where there's not going to be a lot of players. And follows this guy's tarp that protects him where it doesn't have the mats. Places the cone or the ramp for the Mitro Classic. Gets in, gets a huge refresh. Now he has 700 materials. Really great read. This is beautiful right here. Oh my goodness, that gets absolutely spit on. Again, no aim assist there. Everything thus far just using the shotgun in close quarters. Again, this is why I believe we're just going to see Reet's name continue to pop up here in these competitive events. Notice what he does here that's so good. We're just going to commentate it on a little bit. We'll just do the little bit of pause. So recognizes that it's going to be really hard for this person. He has to kind of crawl through there and slow down. He realizes goes for the kill. Now what he does so good right here. Cracks him for 71, takes a shot first. Places the wall preemptively before this guy can build. Edits through. This guy, why is this edit so smart? This guy, I guarantee you, is going to try and build a wall. And it looks like there isn't a wall there. There's no way for him to know that there already is a wall placed from this guy, this enemy's POV. Because the ramp is blocking it. So he tries to edit down, realizes that he can't get out the back way. Because what does Reet do? Reet blocks him off. And again, super smart. Great job of positioning. There's two guys fighting above him on his lair, but he's got a ton of mats. Playing ultimate low. And playing ultimate low is not always that bad. And now he's ahead and in and has a great amount of materials. And he's got floppers. Great lair switches right here. He gets on a really nice clean lair right here. And then he can look back for kills for guys back down. He looks for a height play because he has enough materials, but he easily realizes soon that that's not the play. There's a guy who's super high. He starts tarping out in wood. Just kind of drops down. So smart right there to get the wall one shot and then bop bop. He's almost in. And he decides to take his heals. He knows that he has floppers. His loadout, again, proving to be superior. 100% this should be a free kill. Absolutely dominates Epic Whale right there. Getting him on rotate. Probably in shambles. Now, what's interesting... So now he's got the drum gun. He's got floppers. He's got an okay amount of materials, but not a ton. Waited a little bit long to take that flopper, but that's okay. He's got full max. Gets up a little bit. Again, takes a flopper. Beams the guy up top, making him drop. And now Reet has height. And this just absolutely capitalizes on a very huge mistake. Now here, interesting, I would have probably dropped especially with a fish, drop the drum for the grappler. The grappler can save your life. I understand he's on height, but he doesn't have the most materials in the world. But again, taking that grappler, you could drop the drum gun, especially if you're on controller. This Scar is just I think is just a little bit better than the drum gun in my opinion. Just for the damage output alone. The amount of damage you can put down, 74, you can put that guy down from 0 for 200 health from 3 shots. You know, drum gun, it's going to take 4 headshots. And he's on height, right? He's on height. Sticking with the Mythic Scar. You don't see him spraying down with the drum gun. And it ends up working out in his favor. He's doing a great job of applying pressure. Gets an easy kill. Staying on high ground. It's a 1v1. Knows he doesn't have a ton of mats. And he uses all of his mats. Really quick pop of the fish. Really good. And then catches a guy down low. Easy pickings. Slim pickings. Does a really good job of getting a good amount of kills there. I believe he has 8 kills here. Oh, I apologize. He has 7 kills. So 7 kill victory royale game. And again, disengages mid game. Finds good positioning that allows him to save a decent amount of materials. Doesn't get the best zone. It kind of does screw up that rotation. But again, an overall good job of Reet from understanding on these rotations, picking off, getting refreshes, using your utility. You use those floppers to take height, gets an easy pickup on a player, gets a refresh of those mats, gets the mythic scar, which allows him to get 1 kill from high ground, apply pressure, and Reet gets the victory royale. Let's I believe this is his 4th game we're going to be taking a look at. Again, lands lazy, and we're going to see a very, very cerebral passive approach from Reet here. So he loots up. Has an RPG, 6 minis. As we can see, now just kind of farming up. Doesn't have the typical loot that he's had that I've seen. No floppers. But he does have 6 minis. No bigs. Maybe had a longer rotate, so had to worry about that. He's just rotating, vibing. Positioning, again, is what Reet is focusing on, which I really, really do like. I feel like that's the key to long-term success in this game. I don't believe W King is going to be the key to long-term success. And again, he rotates early, gets ahead. Look where he's at again. You know he's marking places on the map where he wants to go early. Very, very important. Again, sees this fight over here, maybe looking for Storm Surge tags, because Storm Surge tags are absolutely crucial to survival, keeping your games alive. Using the water to rotate again. Not going W King, not looking for anybody specific. Sees this player here. Sorry guys, I apologize, there was an ad. Why is he not pushing that fight? He's not pushing that fight because he just needs Storm Surge tags and he's focusing on positioning. Again, having a brain, not griefing his game because he does have an RPG, which is very, very good. His loot isn't that crazy. He sees a guy above him already. Gets Storm Surge tagged himself. Again, pissing away his wood on his throwaway mats. A little bit of an awkward lair. I really don't like that he based up he has very limited space and it's awkward if someone slides in his box. I see the base up though, he can't go any higher because of the player above him. So it makes absolute sense to box up like this. I wish he would just extend one more brick box out. Because Disaster, you never know when you're getting RPG. Heavy Snipe Disaster may strike. I like having space personally. I think he could have just extended one more box. Maybe this angle also prevents him from getting shot from above, but he already preemptively placed the brick cones. So let's see how long he sits here. Let's see how good his position is. Absolutely. Actually ends up alphing over the sky. And then gets a little bit careless. Looking for the airdrop. Loses important shield. But hoping to be okay. Making sure that he doesn't get shot out from the back. Holding preemptively. Really struggling to get this airdrop down. Gets an AUG, really worth it. Doesn't get any shield, unfortunate, but does get a little bit of his brick back. But again, if he would have waited a little bit longer, he would have been okay to get that without having wasted the 50 pot for getting shot in the back. Again, he just kind of sits here at cone peaks, and again, his positioning has been so good.
Well, because like when you're like this and you go for a shot, like it's hard to reset, you know? That's why it's OP. I don't know. Well, that's what people say, I think. I like a lot of controllers that just to piss keyboarders off, though, to be honest with you, bro. So it pisses them off how loading his scrub was OP.
You're looking for some tags.
Not like all of this stuff.
Again, just sitting in the same box, enjoying his positioning, getting tags when he can. And it's smart. Everything about this is so smart. He doesn't need to push anything right now. Playing very cerebral. Look at this again. Positioning absolutely crucial. He doesn't have to move. And he's just getting tags. And getting tags. And getting tags. You know how he's only slightly above? Love this angle that he takes right here. It's an important tag. Does decide to go for an RBG, maybe get it through. Fortunate to get some tags there. It'll see interesting to see if it holds. He does have a launch pad. Literally drops an AUG. That's how much he dislikes the AUGs. Gets another favorable zone. Again, his positioning really paying off right here. Peek at the cone, trying to get some information on the person above him. Again, very, very, very smart. He's deciding when to go. He does have to go up a little bit on elevation. He hears the other guy shooting, preemptively builds. Smart rotate, making sure he doesn't take any damage. Again, switching to wood, doesn't want to waste his good materials, his hard materials. He had such a short rotate, sees no one's looking at him, builds in metal, and then even switches to wood to the floor on a waste material. Floors do not matter. So again, he's going to, let's see what he does here. Got a good amount of materials. Got an RPG to take height if he does. See some guys in air. Unfortunately, doesn't get any tags. Again, just playing very, very passive. Very, very cerebral. Very smart. Backs off from that guy as well after not getting any tags. He's a player right next to him, just cone peeking, just chilling in metal. No one's going to be able to see where he is. There's nowhere to really look back. All that open space is kind of been blocked up by the person in front of him. Just kind of flipping and resetting, looking, trying to get information. Now has pretty much a almost max distance rotate. And so I believe the play here is to use that launch pad, either that or recycle a launch pad. It depends on how he feels. Not having floppers, I'm assuming he is more than likely going to just take. I feel like he was just going to take a pad just because. Yep, doesn't even want to risk it. Doesn't want to risk getting called up. He's flying. Again, if you're doing this, if you have the Dragacorn, get the Dragacorn. Gonna land on a really good layer. Actually lands on high ground. Again. So landing on getting high ground again. You're seeing Reet do that. Pressuring guys close to him, off layers close to him. Looking back constantly to make sure. Feels that he's getting chopped out. Unfortunately, too late. Gets a little bit of a tag. It's another little bit of a tag. Again, nothing overcommitting. I'm not seeing him do anything super big, super crazy. Gets in. Has 370 metal. Rotating ahead. Again, conserve tarping. Again, just playing position, playing position. Gets RPG'd out. Has metal, has no choice but to rotate, but then again has saved pretty much. Looking back, make sure. Unfortunately, a little careless there. Not covering his head, but again, able to get some heals off. Has 13 builds left. Sees this guy getting grief. Here's the shield crack. Boom. Easy pickup. Boom. Sees Penguin there. Gets easy pickup. Fortunately, that kill gets stolen right there. And didn't pick any materials up. GG's.
Top 4. Let's go, boys.
Let's go. A top 5 with only 1 kill. Again. And what set that up for him? Using rotational knowledge, using his position. His W keying has not, I haven't seen anything super huge with his W keying that you would think led him to be successful. I see him rotating smartly, using his utility, and absolutely just playing very, very smart. Well, guys, I hope you did enjoy this video. If you did, please drop a like and subscribe to the channel. I post on here constantly, and I hope to see you in the next one. Peace.